Ooh, boy, it's been a little while since I've taken a look at an eInk tablet. I think the last time I looked at it was March 2023. And I think that things have developed a little bit since then. There was no such thing as a reMarkable Paper Pro at that time. But now there is. There's been the reMarkable, reMarkable 2, and now the reMarkable Paper Pro. I didn't actually do the reMarkables, I did the other things. I did some Bookses. I did the Books. Books! I have more to say about Books, but I'll save my remarks for later. Here we go. So the reMarkable Paper Pro is the latest, flagship model from this company, reMarkable, who is serious about wanting to bring paper back in a big way, make paper fun again. And they are more serious now than ever. We've got upgraded features, color e-ink screen, a backlight situation, a bunch of stuff to go over. But first, I wanna take a look at what's in the box, along with what is in these other boxes. There's so many boxes going on. Okay, we got the USB-C cord. Ooh, a flat cord. I always love a flat cord. Documentation. I just wanna take a moment actually, because this says the blank page awaits, and I feel like this is the vibe with reMarkable. Even more so than the other companies that make e-ink tablets. It seems like they are very, very serious about this, the importance of the paper-based experience, the paper-based workflow, which really doesn't exist, except for in a small niche. Okay, now, wait, if I'm not mistaken, there's supposed to be a marker in here, is there not? But I guess we have the Marker Plus, so when you order it with the Marker Plus, they don't bother giving you the worse marker, which makes sense. Okay, I'll look at the Marker Plus after I look at the tablet itself. I've neglected you for long enough. reMarkable, ooh. I feel like no matter what you think about the practicality of e-ink tablets, I feel like the last few that I've taken a look at, they all do a really good job of having this premium feel. I mean, look at that, that's nice. It feels nice, it feels premium, it feels solid. It's got these nice ridges on the side. It lends it a distinguished feel. Having some texture there makes it feel less like a cheap iPad and more like a tablet of a more refined age. I feel like Obi-Wan is handing me his e-reader right now. There's that power button on the top there that we just saw. On this side, we got, that must be the magnetic mount for the Marker Plus, or the Marker Non-Plus. USB-C charging port on the, not in the center, on the left side. This is interesting, it's got feet. I guess because, but that's nice. I had never thought about that before, but that makes a lot of sense, especially if you're writing on it. You want it to not shift around. It shifts a little bit, obviously, but look at this. It doesn't want to. It wants to do what it wants to do. Here's the pogo pin connector on the back here for the optional folios. It looks like I'm looking at sand. I'll give you a close up, but I need to hold on a second. Yeah, there's little, I know I look insane. It looks like sand because there's little bits of color in there. The Marker Plus is apparently different from the Non-Plus marker in that it has an eraser on the back. So you can flip it around and erase stuff. And it is also heavier by 4 grams. I like the weight to it. I feel like a lot of the time you get a stylus and they forget to make it feel like an actual tool instead of a plastic doohickey. And this does not feel like a plastic doohickey. It's got some sort of polymer coating with a texture. It's got a flat side where you can put your finger, so that's nice. Also in the box though, we have extra marker tips that, ooh. This is a nice experience, guys. It's a special plastic box they made just for the tips. How do I open it though? Look at this. Look at this. It just makes me happy. I'm not someone who goes for premium stuff in my outside of work life. I would never prioritize stuff like this, but while I'm unboxing it, I understand. It's nice. I guess you would just take the tip off and stick it in there, but I'm not gonna stick it in now. All right, it's time to unwrap the mystery of what it's like to use this thing. Right after this message from our sponsor.
Thanks to Secretlab for sponsoring this video. Their Titan Evo remains one of the most popular gaming chairs in the world, and for good reason. They're carefully constructed to be both stylish and support ergonomically correct sitting positions. You can get your chair in different upholsteries and designs, and they feature a host of adjustment options like 4-way lumbar support and a magnetic memory foam head pillow. It even comes with a warranty that's extendable for up to 5 years, meaning you'll stay protected and comfortable for longer. Check it out today at lmg.gg/secretlabsc or by visiting our link down in the description.
Hold the power button to get started. I shall. I just had to knock. Whoa. Okay, it's loading. Oh, see, now you can see blue, red. Look at these colors. Okay, we're gonna go through the setup process. Before I do that, I just wanna see. Does this go on the side? Yeah. Oh, that's a lot. That's very solid. Did you see that? That's what a digital paper screen refresh looks like. I'm being educated. This is normal and keeps your display looking clean and sharp. Excellent. Refresh again. I like it at this point. Get the latest software. Okay, I gotta update, I guess. This is already such a different experience than the, what was it? Big mode, big man on campus, Big Me. It's called Big Me Ink Note Color, I think. Part of my frustration with the Big Me was the fact that it said it ran Android, but they put this crazy custom skin on it such that it didn't act like Android at all. And so I had no idea how to work the thing. Meanwhile, the Books, I made fun of the name a lot, but they just make straight, like, it's a more standard Android skin that they put on their e-readers. So it was like way usable, and also it seems like that's paid off for them. I think I see a lot of more people using Books and talking about, is it Books? I wanna say Books. I see people using them. Just goes to show. Make me happy and you'll be happy. Pairing completed. Activate your free Connect subscription trial and manage your account on reMarkable. Now this is something that I feel like I already have thoughts about, but we'll get into this like need for a Connect subscription. You're good to go. Now that your paper tab is all set up, let's introduce some key features. Please let me know. Your subscription has been updated. Did you subscribe for me? So the reMarkable Paper Pro runs on their own Linux-based OS. I believe it's called Codex. And so it's a custom distro, so I really have no idea how to navigate it so far. We got my files. Can I draw here? I can. Okay, well, while I'm here, I'm just gonna start sketching. Ooh. That does feel, ooh. It's just viscerally pleasing. I don't know what it is about it. I'm not a big drawer guy. I'm a computer guy first and foremost. I'm not good at drawing. I wasn't big on like handwritten notes, although I did some of that in university. But there does seem to be some like important connection between the physicality of writing on a physical thing as opposed to doing it digitally. And I'm just wondering why is that? You know, is it because that's something that we grew up with and subsequent generations aren't gonna have as much experience with paper and pen and stuff? Like, are these products gonna die out? This is beautiful, but I'm gonna use the eraser. How does that work? How does the eraser feel? Oh, you can just do that and it'll just get rid of it. From the first moment I used a tablet with a stylus, I just instinctively wanted to flip it around and use an eraser, and I feel like that's so rarely. I don't think I've ever used a stylus with that feature. I'm sure that there are some out there, but to have it here where it's so rare out there in the world is really nice. If you write something stupid and you're like, that's dumb, just flip around, boom, 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 it's gone. And no one has to know. Oh, are these like just shortcuts? You can set this to a certain tool and this to another certain tool so you don't have to go into the menu. That's kind of cool. The mechanical pencil doesn't have, when you angle it, it doesn't do the angle as much, but when you switch back to the regular pencil, you can do this shading thing. This makes me want to draw. Maybe that's the appeal, for people who don't take notes, really, don't draw. You buy one of these, you try it out, and then you discover how nice it could be. You don't want to bother with all the paper and the real things. The eraser has a little bit of give to it, but like I don't know if that's like intended. Obviously it feels pressure in some way, but it doesn't need to have nearly the sort of pressure sensitivity of the other side, which you can see. One thing I want to note here is that there's only 3 options for thickness. So like with the pencil, pushing harder just makes it like darker. It's like a real pencil. If you push harder with a pencil, it's not gonna be thicker. If you push harder with a marker tool, it'll be thicker. I totally forgot about the colors. This is a color screen. How many colors can it do? 20,000, I think is what it said. Swipe to the next page. Complete the box. Okay, make a straight line from A to B. Okay, I did it. Draw and hold at the end of brushstroke to straighten and adjust it. Oh, is there an undo button? Yes, there is, that's nice. Okay, and hold. Oh, that's cool. So I can be like, oh, I'm bad at drawing a straight line, and then I hold there, boom, it goes straight. Next one, move the square. Use the selection tool to circle the box. Try to rotate, yeah, okay. And does it snap to the grid? It's like, oh, I want it to be perfectly aligned. But maybe that doesn't matter for this. I don't know how many people are gonna be using this kind of device for like professional finished product creating. I think this kind of device is really more meant to be used for the ideation phase, sketching, planning. I don't know if you're gonna be like drawing a picture on here that you're going to export to like publish on your website, unless you wanted to look like a sketch. Whereas I think if you wanted to use it like something like a Wacom tablet or something, you would want that quick exporting. You'd want to be able to work on something here and throw it to your computer and boom. So I don't think this is gonna be like the same use case as that. Convert handwriting to text. I'm sure that's, when life gives you lemons, make rocket fuel. Huh? It put it over there for some reason. I'm moving on. Another thing about the Marker Plus that Bell points out here is that you can only use either the new Marker or the Marker Plus with the reMarkable Paper Pro. You can't use the old reMarkable styluses, markers, and you can't use third-party ones either. Now this here is the share screen. And this brings me to something that I want to talk about, because one criticism that has been levied at reMarkable is in their pursuit of this sort of focused strategy, if you do anything on here, you draw something, you make notes, you can only get it off by basically emailing it to yourself. You can import things through the app on mobile and desktop. Swipe from, oh, okay, oh, backlight. The backlight is all the way on? Can we turn things off for a second? Backlight off, backlight ramping up, full backlight. Man, this is comforting. I want to use this in the dark. Is that, did you make this? Can I zoom? Oh, does the colors go away while you zoom, hello? Like it can't do it while I'm zooming around, but then the color comes back. Let's open a Hemingway book and let's see what the e-reading experience is like. Although the e-reading thing is also a bit complicated because you can import things via Google Drive and via the reMarkable's apps on mobile and desktop, as I said. That's also how you would get eBooks onto this device, but it only supports EPUBs and not eBooks that have DRM, digital rights management. So if you want to use this device as an e-reader, you're limited to eBooks that have EPUB versions without any DRM on them. I can draw on it. That's disrespectful. While it's really cool to have an eraser there, I like get worried as I feel the extra resistance. reMarkable says that they made this display surface even less glossy and more textured to feel, it feels even more like paper than their previous tablets did, which already felt like very much like paper. So it makes me worried a little bit when I feel the resistance. I feel like I'm damaging it, but they must have thought about that. They must be designed to not ruin it when I'd use the eraser. I also didn't really say much about the fact that this is, what is it, 11.8 inches, I believe? We're dealing with a 2160 by 1620 screen. Can I zoom in? Oh, I can. The responsiveness is a little concerning. To not get in the way hugely most of the time, especially if you kind of like enter the higher refresh rate mode by like zooming in like this, it'll keep going, but then if you kind of pause for a second and then you want to do it again, it's gonna be a little confused. There's gonna be like a little bit of lag. See, it's like, wait, what are you doing? Why are you trying to do that, you know? I have to like leave it alone for a second and then do it. It looks sharp, it's a nice display. I don't have any complaints about the resolution. You're just coming in and just like dropping things in. We're seeing how the import process works in real time. My Little Ponytails? I'm a brony. I'm not, but I was a pony. This looks great. And I wanna keep reading the rest of this. I wanna know what happens. I would want color on my, you know, paper-ish device if it was going to behave like a tablet, you know? I'm not sure what benefit color has in this kind of situation where anytime you use it, it incurs this extra cost. There's a little bit of lag and everything. Oh, here's the button that they were talking about, increase contrast. Okay, full page. I don't know if I can tell any difference. Let's turn it off. Okay, so you can see right away, like that makes a big difference in the amount of like contrast, especially in the gradients there. You could see, why are you loading? You were done, and now you're loading again. Oh, did you see that? When you attach it, it has a little battery thing that shows up. That's nice. Speaking of battery, reMarkable says that like with reasonable usage, you know, a couple hours a day, 5 days a week, sometimes using the light, sometimes not, you can expect around 2 weeks of battery life, which is pretty good. So we've loaded some things on here, and if we wanted to load a lot more on, we'd have space, because there's 64 gigs of storage, 2 gigs of RAM. So let's take a look at these accessories that I so rudely, shoved aside earlier. I like this packaging. It's like kind of like a rough paper, like an artist paper. So moving these around makes me feel like I have various. Yes, I have a number of pieces that I've been working on. I need to bring them to the gallery. That's an artist. That's what they sound like. Okay, so this is the premium leather Book Folio. Attach your device. Is there magnets? There's magnets on the back. Okay, that goes on. Boom. Oh, and it automatically locks when you fold it closed. That's cool. And there's a type folio as well. There we go. Okay, this has a different texture on it. What kind of a material is that? They call this basalt. They say there's a keyboard in here, but I feel like I'm gonna break something. This is not, oh, I see. It's very thin. It doesn't feel that different from the other folio. You kind of get your finger in here and then you just pull it over, like, ah! You just pull it over like this. Ooh, okay, and then you fold that under. So what is the typing experience like? Hello, oh, I'm confused by this keyboard already. There's a, what do you call that on the N? The Spanish thing. Oh. This is a Spanish keyboard.
Hola.
Me amo Riley. This is what it's like. It's not an unpleasant keyboard to type on, but it is very soft. There's like tactile bump at the very top, but then there's a lot of distance after that. It's like bump and then, so it feels kind of mushy to type on. It seems to be worse than the response time for the marker. Like I'm getting ahead of the words a little bit as I type. As fast as I can type is really fast. So it takes a second for the words to come up. But again, I don't know how much I should like make excuses for it, because at the end of the day, it feels really premium and it feels extremely, extremely focused on one thing, which is giving you this paper-like experience in a electronic device. And at that, it excels. I will say the interface, there's a bit of a learning curve here, but it's not crazy. Bell figured out that it goes even farther, like that. Oh, okay, so you can type something, and then, oh, it's hard to describe what I'm talking about. I'm talking about like a little bunny guy like this who's prancing around. That's what I'm talking about. But I think I would expect a little bit more niceties on it, a faster refresh rate, you know, kind of a bit more responsiveness, and something that is positioning itself as this kind of premium thing. It costs $5.79, and it doesn't have all of the, you know, extra doohickeys and gizmos that a iPad or an Android tablet would have. And that's without factoring in the extra cost if you want to get the Marker Plus or the Folios. So that's just the tablet and the regular marker. There is a market of people who are looking for this focused experience, who, like me, start drawing on this incredibly paper-like display and realize right away the joy of like what that feels like. There's something about it. It makes me want to use it even though I have no reason to use it. And I think that by itself is pretty cool. The only question remaining in my mind is how long devices like this will continue to exist, because as I said, the youngins are growing up without really having a lot of experience of paper and pen, and in school, I guess. If they do drawing and stuff, maybe they would have that experience and like yearn for that. So maybe this type of product will continue to exist far into the future. I hope so, because I feel like if we forget what it's like to doodle like this on a paper-like substance, we're gonna be missing something. And you're gonna be missing more videos like this, and even better than this, if you don't subscribe to ShortCircuit, so you better do that, okay? If you wanna watch more videos, check out my other eInk videos, or eInk videos by other people on this channel. Watch them. Hey, you know what? Just for the heck of it, watch the Big Me one, because it's funny.